All right. I say it every time. All right, all right, all right. Matt from Razor Emporium. And yes, I have a tiny little pimple right here. I thought by 38 I'd be done with pimples. I swear. Uh, we'll just hang out for a few moments while people get in to the chat. People load in. We already got 2 people. I am due for probably a haircut. Look at this. Wow! Punk rocker Matt. I need to wash my hair or style my hair still. I was waiting to do that with you guys. Wolverine look, yeah. I've got that before. I can pull off the Hugh Jackman. I just need to get bigger. Ugh. Maybe someday I'll have time to go to the gym and do all that. Let's just adjust my framing slightly. There we go. Happy Friday, Matt. Leroy! I always think, whenever I see the name Leroy, I think of that old meme for like old YouTube video of that guy, Leroy Jenkins. It's like this guy. You should Google search that. Wish I had your hair, Matt. You know, I am blessed with this hair, but I've taken care of it over the years. I got 3 brothers. Oh, it's the Techmatic Madman. I got 3 brothers, and 2 of them are. Well, one of them's got really very little hair left. Other one's thinning out. I'm going strong, and I attribute going strong to my daily routine of putting my hair cream in with my fingers, not just kind of, and really massaging my scalp. Have a good weekend. And I don't wear a lot of hats. That being said, I did get a fedora when I was up in on a vacation. So I'll share. I heard quite a few Leroy Jenkins jokes since, yeah. We're just chit-chatting, waiting to get started. So yeah, I just got back from an Alaskan cruise. Who has done the Alaskan cruise thing? Who's done the Alaskan cruise thing? I went on Royal Caribbean, took the family. Sean J. Razor pairing my 2X ambassador sent me a sample. Oh, thanks, William. Happy to hear. Yeah. Yeah, so I went on a Royal Caribbean cruise. Flew up to Seattle, and then we took off 2 weeks ago, actually. And then we were on the actual cruise for a week. And then today's Friday. We actually got back to Seattle a week ago, and I flew home. I've been home for a week. It was a lot of fun. I've been on, that's cruise number 4 for me in my life. So, a lot of fun. Enjoyed the cruise. The family liked it. It was my wife's first cruise. She liked it. It's a different experience being on a cruise. Oh yeah, leaving from Vancouver. Yeah, we left out of Seattle. We did stop by Victoria. My dad and mom have done the one that leaves from Vancouver. It was fun. I look tired. I have bags under my eyes, and I have this weird hair that's hanging. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Is that it? Oh, my hair is just not really cooperating today. It's okay. Looks good enough. Other thing we'll do real quick before we get started is I'm gonna clean the old razor. It's been a while, so I grabbed it. Let's see. Yeah, I like the Caribbeans too. I've been to Mexico and the Caribbeans and then Alaska, and they're just different. The Alaskan's definitely more scenic. The Caribbean's more fun, like get out and scuba dive and stuff. It's just apples and oranges. I grabbed the console today, and it's just showing a little bit of soap scum and hair, and looks dirty. So How am I going to clean it, guys? Do I have all the metal polishes and stuff here? No. I grabbed one of my kids' old toothbrushes and a little tiny bottle of Dawn dish detergent or whatever this palm olive dish detergent. Yeah, I did some excursions. We did the Yukon Railroad in Juneau, or no, we did the Yukon Railroad in Skagway, and then we did the Mendenhall Glacier and the big waterfall in Juneau. And then in Sitka, we just got out and saw like the bear rehabilitation center, like the Bear Fortress it's called, and like where they rehab bald eagles and stuff and bears. And then in Victoria, we just walked around the city. I got my fedora. In fact, I will go grab my fedora. Hold right there. I'll be back in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I told you 10 seconds. I really wanted an adventure hat, like a hat that was like, just like to mark my adventure in Alaska. I got this in Victoria, and I didn't buy like some cheap, like Chinese made whatever knockoff. I bought a traditional. Can you see that? It's backwards, maybe. This is Bailey. It's made from 1922. The company Bailey, 100% wool, and it is made in Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania is where my family origins are. My dad's side came from Pennsylvania. And so when I saw that, I saw the 100% wool, and this old established company, I had to get it. Yeah, so I like that. It's kind of like my little souvenir. I'm not big into like little tchotchkes and stuff. I was like, you know what, this hat I can actually use. Yeah, it looks like Indiana Jones, I know. It's my adventure hat. But I did put the little feather in the cap over here. I got to pick out the feather. And do I have 1955? I don't think. Oh, here we go. So I have this laying around. You guys notice on the on like Rex, all Rex products has a little guy, which I call him Rex. And he's got a feather in his cap. And I actually kind of quizzed the people at the hat shop. I said, do you know the story of the feather? And the hat people who sell hats didn't know why they even put a feather in their hat. I said, guys, you want to sell more hats, you got to tell the story. And the story is the feather in the hat is supposed to be kind of like an acknowledgement of like good luck or something good has happened in your life. In fact, I was even told that there used to be a tradition of moving it from one side to the other based off of something happening. Like if you got a promotion at work, or you and your wife were expecting a new child to come in the world, or maybe you bought a new home, something good happened in your life, you would move the feather from one side to the other to kind of signify that for maybe a period of time. But anywho, yeah. So me and Rex, yeah. That was fun. And yes, it looks a little bit like Indiana Jones, but I just wanted a nice generic brown. Brown goes with everything. I can wear that, just with a nice, Panama shirt, or polo shirt if I wanted to. I don't have to dress up with it. Obviously, maybe not a t-shirt, but anywho, let's get started here. So I did want to clean real quick my console. So in order to do that, I'm going to use a Walter White pork pie. Were you the tallest dude on the cruise? I did see like one other guy that was about my height. In fact, there was a employee on the ship who was from like Ghana, New Ghana. Anywho, somewhere in Africa. And every time I saw him, he kept on doing this to show that he was taller than me. But then we stood back to back, and I was actually about an inch taller than him. So I just put some soap on here, some detergent, and I just got this little toothbrush. And yes, this is how I clean my own razors, guys. This will do an absolutely spiffy fine job. The only problem is it gets slippery. Dish detergent is extra slippery compared to shaving soap. It's all oily, right? But yeah, that looks good. I just wanted to give it a quick little clean. Maybe I'll do the inside of the cap too. The inside of the cap is always notorious for getting soap scum built up inside of it. Anywho, what do you guys, anyone have any, good afternoon, eh, from Canada? Yeah. That was actually my first time to Canada, and it obviously wasn't even really into Canada. I was on Victoria Island for a couple hours. It was pretty. I looked around, and the capital was cool, and that Empress Hotel. Walked through the downtown area to this little hat shop. That's where I got the hat. It's called, let's see, Roberta's Hat Shop. And then I went to a cigar store. Really cool cigar store downtown Victoria. Actually had a bunch of shaving products, and I took some pictures. Okay, let's go ahead and finally get started here. Let me get my face wet. I just got out of the shower. So I'm gonna use a washcloth. And of course, what would a shave be without a pre-shave bar? You can see I'm wearing down on my Razor Emporium pre-shave bar here. Do you use your icon or is it a collector's piece? Yeah, I still have my icon. Yeah, I got icon number 43 here in the bathroom. I use it occasionally, but I can't say I use it a lot. Okay, for the soap, I'm mixing it up, guys. I'm gonna use, we're speaking of Alaska and my trip, I'm gonna use the same soap I brought on my trip. I brought this little tiny sample soap, which we have a few left. If you guys didn't hear, back in February, we had an Arizona Shavers meetup, and we gave these out for free. And I think we made like 100, and we gave out like 75 or 80, and so we had a few left over. So I'm going to use this. What? Thank you. Stetson Open Road, or for I don't know enough about hats to say, Mikey. I'm not a hat guy. I don't know anything about hats. I wanted a fedora. Now, people have asked me this scent. They like this scent so much, they said, "Man, you got to make this into a soap." This is coming out soon. We're just waiting on the label artwork from my graphics guy. This scent, if you liked it, is going to be a new soap from Razor Emporium called Nordic. Nordic. You heard it here first. But I used this on the boat. It was nice, you know, nice small little soap I could actually put a brush in here. It's not like a sample like where you can't even really use it. Did you shave? No, with the cartridge? Hell no. No, they don't care what you take on the cruise. No, I brought my ambassador. I'm making a huge mess here. All Truman or LBJ? I don't know. I like the Panama style hat where it's smaller, whatever that's called. That's called a Stetson. I don't know. I thought it was called a Panama. Maybe I'm wrong. The big giant hat with the big brim, you know, that's just not for me. Maybe that's more what you're talking about. I like the style that I got. Holland, America does not allow double-edged razors. Why even tell them? Don't even tell them. Sorry, I'm not like trying to like break the law, but like they didn't go through my stuff. You get to the terminal and you hand them your luggage, they just throw it. They throw it on the boat. I could have brought anything. I was more concerned about my flight to Seattle. With my flight to Seattle, obviously, I made sure my double-edged stuff was in my checked luggage, because obviously with a family of four, I had a ton of luggage for 9 days away from the house. Okay, I've proceeded to make a nice big mess of my undershirt here. Blade, blade. What am I going to use for a blade? Well, I have laying around. I don't know, it feels like a Persona 74 kind of day. Might as well. They got to get used someday. Might as well be today. What blades do I have in my bathroom? I got actually a good amount of Persona 74s, because every time I get a collection or a lot, if there's any in there, I steal them. I hide them. I hoard them. You'll never see Persona 74s available on Razor Emporium. Sorry, guys. Also have Permachar, Paul Silver. Actually, somebody sent me some vintage Paul Silver years ago. Still have some of those. Yeah, Paul Silver, Permacharp, Persona 74, Persona Med Prep, like the Lab Blues. So, I get this question sometimes that the console is so hard to load. Here we go, there's a blade in there. I put the blade, we'll just take it from the beginning. I put the blade flat. That was really, really hard. Sorry if I'm being facetious. I think if you load it the way I did, we just kind of push with your thumb. It's very, very simple. Okay, so what setting am I going to have the console at? Just a hair below 3. I'm going to actually turn it up slightly. Ooh. Oh man. I haven't used the console for some time. That is perfectly smooth. Oh, we got 30 people in here. I keep on thinking that it's this weekend is 4th of July. It's not. It's next weekend, right? I always don't know. I always just use one side and I want to rinse. And I get told I need to use both sides. How do I deal with sideburns with a slant? Very carefully. I found some Paul Silver and also some fake Paul Silver. The fakes are as good, but not bad. Difference in the color, the blue, the packaging, in the Y in the word. Ziltech. Okay. Not as good. I'll tell you what, when I was on the cruise and I was, in the Alaskan tundra, it was blowing a tundra, but just Alaskan, weather, I was like, man, I wish I had my beard. It wasn't actually that cold. I think the coldest was like 40 degrees, 45. Thoughts on Wizmat? We carry Wizmat, and I did a review where we did a bunch of different blades at once a while back, and the Wizmat's one of those. I've used them. I think they're just a step below Paul Silver to me. They're more like a Persona Israeli kind of feel. No, but I'm enjoying being shaven again. I'm enjoying using my cell. I definitely am enjoying not having customers crack jokes about my beard. Console razor, my daily razor. Yeah, you know what? It is just I haven't used it for a couple months, probably like 2 months, and I forget just how nice it is. So, just a couple updates. Um, you will see a three-piece slant from us, from Rex, this year. It's probably going to be a fourth quarter. I've had a tradition of fourth quarter announcements. So probably around Black Friday, we'll probably have the three-piece slant available. We're currently prototyping. I know you think like, oh, why did you prototype it? You do. You still have to prototype. So the machinist who works with me with all the Rex stuff, we are currently prototyping that. Ally Express safety razors, I don't have anything to say about them. There's a lot of Chinese vendors that make safety razors. Go buy them if you want. I think this side just needs to come up a tiny bit. Yeah. I have a working name for what the three-piece slant will be called. I'm just hesitant to always say these names before it's actually out because I don't want someone else taking my name. And there's nothing about like you can do trademarks. Like when I did the ambassador, I paid a lawyer like stupid money, like thousands of dollars to trademark the name ambassador. But like the number one thing you just need to do is just be in the market with something because once you're in the market, if someone copies you then with a name, then it's just on them. They just look stupid. You can go there and try to like, if you have a trademark filed, you can try to sue them. But then if they're not in the United States, there's really no recourse, guys. You know, it's just justice is what you can afford, and you can keep on spending thousands of dollars with lawyers, and they'll send cease and desist letters for you. So ultimately, I just found that the court of public opinion is better. If I come out with a razor and then someone else copies the exact name, I think that company will get shamed. Shame for that name. So I'll announce the name when we actually have it available for sale. Is the Persona 74 still made? What's your personal favorite blade still made today? No, Persona 74s were from the 70s. And no, they're not made. And good luck, getting them. They're expensive to find. My personal favorite blade, Persona 74. Made today, probably Bolzano or Permasharp or Paul Silver or MedPrep, Persona MedPreps. What am I going to follow this up with? I'm going to follow this up with I'm going to throw together a concoction here. I'm going to throw some Parasa white lotion and some King R Emporium Phoenix Artisan. I'm going to just make a little concoction. As you know, I like to have a mixture of splash and balm together. Yeah, so later this year, three-piece slant. Is Home Like Taiga a good razor? I think I've used, if you go back and look at our YouTube, I did review one of the Home Like razors. I think it was the Taiga. No, maybe it's like the HS13 or whatever their name is. I don't doubt that the Russian home like is good stuff. I'll just be really honest, and I don't I think it's pretty interesting how much they've copied Rex. Um, they just blatantly copied Rex again and again. Like with their newest adjustable slant, they literally tried to copy the neural pattern like this almost to a T. Just go look at their website. They literally want to do adjustable slant. Cool. We did it. Okay, great. They're 2 years late to the party, and they've copied my handle. Okay. 1955 Balm. I literally think again we are waiting for the graphics from my graphic artist. I have to yell at him again. He's a good guy. He's just really busy. He's a very popular graphic artist. He does a lot of clients, like big companies, and so I'm just waiting for labels from him, and we already have them made up. Do slant razors go between with and across the grain? Yeah, it's like two cuts at once. That's why they're really nice. You got to go down and across at the same time. Other than that, the shop's busy. We have lots of revamps in the store right now. My gosh, you probably have 100 razors in the shop right now. Uh, Other things in development. There will be another Rex soap. Again, I'm waiting for labels. I'm waiting for a lot of labels right now. There will be a follow-up, another soap from this line. It won't be 1955. It's going to be another year, 19, and it'll be a different color. So it'll have a completely different scent. So another kind of cool offering. You'll see probably another week or two, 3 weeks maybe from us. Definitely want it before summer. 1985? No, I don't. Rex is very mid-century, so think about the middle of this mid-century kind of feel for Rex always. That's why everything about it has mid-century modern screaming, which is my favorite style. I will also. I'm gonna do. What's your favorite vintage Gillette razor? To use or like just the beauty of it? Yes, Larry, 1960s. I'll let you guess what the year is going to be called. I'm real basic with my naming conventions. It's not 55. It's going to be. To shave with, I like the red tip. In fact, I have a British red tip always in the bathroom. Usually the wife uses it the most for her underarms or legs or whatever. So I like the British red tip to shave with. I think in terms of the beauty of it and like just the presentation, like the toggle, of course, like the executive adjustable, executive from 48 in the ostrich case, I think it was the absolute pinnacle of Gillette. I'm going to share something, and this is super, super top secret. I'm not joking here. So if you're tuning in, look at your screen right now, because I'm just going to do this really quick. I'm just going to talk about it really, really quick. People have asked for something from Rex for a long time in terms of hardware, and this has been in development for a while. And we're still not there, but I'm hoping next year. I think we're on track for next year to release. I'm just going to flash it. This is a 3D print. This is not a machined product yet. We're still in development, so we're just doing 3D prints and making sure mechanism works and looking at aesthetics. I'm just going to flash it, guys. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyone want to guess what that is? I flashed it really quick. I told you, this is like top secret stuff. We are working on something that people have wanted us to work on since we came out as a company in 2017. When we announced the ambassador, we immediately were asked to do this, and it's something that people have wanted for an American stainless steel razor for a long time, and we're going to do it. We don't have a name. We are just purely working on mechanics, and we've been doing. I mean, we're working with an industrial engineer on the mechanical design of it. Stainless adjustable butterfly. Whoa! As you know, with all my razors, I like to go big first and then I bring it down. So I think what Man at Work said is accurate. Um, and we'll do the adjustable first, and then we'll have a non-adjustable later. But I always like to hit the market with a splash and kind of all guns firing, and then we can bring it back. Just like with the Ambassador came first, then the Envoy, the adjustable, the non-adjustable, and then the same with the console, and then the next one coming out this fourth quarter. Um, Adjustable, the non-adjustable. So we'll have an adjustable butterfly razor. Stainless steel, made in America, not cast parts, not some parts that are brass, some parts that are Zamek, not chrome plated. If you love the build quality of Rex, that's what we're going to bring to the table with this product, and no one in the world has done it. And I think it'll be a while until you see it again. To complicate things, add a slant. Man at Work, that won't be first, but we've already discussed that will be something hopefully down the road. We want to walk before you run. What setting on Gillette Sim is similar to a Rex Envoy? Probably like 5 or 6, maybe even 7. Can you make it friendly for mild shavers as well? It's going to be adjustable. So yeah, stuff lower settings. How much moolah for new? You guys, Coca-Cola Cowboy. The way that product design works is you don't start with a price tag necessarily. You start by figuring out how to make something, and then once you figure out how to make it, then you got to go talk to a machine shop, and you got to talk about their price to and they have to run times. They have no idea. They're going to run a time trial, it's called, where they're going to have drawings, and they're going to see how they can make it, how fast, how many at a time. Are with CNC machining, there's a lot of tricks into machining. I'll use my wife's makeup container here. They have little things called pallets where you can load on little pieces of steel all at once. You load like a bunch of little pieces of steel, kind of like my wife's makeup has all these little circles. And you load a bunch of pieces of steel and you drop that in the machine, and then it can do a whole bunch of the same process at a time. And so this is where you get into the cost. The machinist is going to work with you and has to see their investment. The machinist may spend $10,000 on tooling just to set up your parts to be efficient. And so I have no idea the price. I'll just say right now, I have a feeling it's going to be somewhere between $350 to $400. And I understand that some people are going to say that that's too much. That's fine. Again, with our Ambassador and our console, we make 1,000 at a time, and I've never had a good stock level of them. Meaning, we make 1,000, and by the time, and then we make, like the Ambassador, then we make 1,000 Envoy, then 1,000 console. By the time we do that, it's time to make 1,000 Ambassadors again because we've sold out. I don't have them sitting around like collecting dust. We can't keep them in stock usually. We supply 50 stores around the world as well. Making stuff in America costs money. I wish that machine shops worked for the same wages as they do in Pakistan, but they don't. A good American machine shop's going to charge you between $95 to $200, $250 per hour. That's just what it is. So, and then we have to have our own time in our shop to do. We do tons of finishing on it. We don't just get them from the machine shop and pass them on to the customer. We take all those components and we tumble them and brush finish them and passivate them and laser engrave them and assemble them, package them, inspect them, all that work. And then we have to be able to sell that to a store at wholesale price, and that has to go up to retail price. So there's a lot of links in the chain. Negative exposure. Again, I'm going to try to make this butterfly idea as neutral as possible. Neutral, just maybe slightly positive, but um, we'll have some flavors. Just like if you don't like the ambassador, we have the console. I like to do that. But I have people that love the ambassador and people that love the console. So it's hard to make everyone happy. I don't know of a single razor in the market that everyone loves. People say the Fat Boy, everyone loves the Fat Boy. Yeah, go ask some people and say, oh, the Fat Boy is, oh, it's not efficient enough. I got guys that love blade feel. Lifetime warranty in USA made, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't trying to Coca Cola Cowboy. I wasn't trying to say you didn't understand that. I just wanted you to know that I would say right now the target price is like 349 to 399. That'd be my ideal price. I hope we can hit that. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Rockwell Sailor's $550. Yeah, and that's not made in USA. I don't know what their costs are like there, but I'm guaranteed it's less than American labor. We'll be called the Rex Minister. Funny enough, that was a name we were. I was just talking with my partner yesterday. We were saying that name or another name. We may stick with the whole diplomatic rankings. We may branch out and do something new. We'll see. I think prices are fine, and even if someone doesn't want to spend the money on hardware, your software is incredible and worth supporting. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, the Razer Emporium software, we make it, and we because it's not our bread and butter like some other artists and soap makers, we have it at a really good value. I could easily charge a third more for it because I think the quality is there. But I try to have it at like 2015, 2016 prices. If you noticed, all the artisans have just keep on increasing their prices. We've kept ours. I think originally it was $14, and then now it's $16. There's also just inflation. I can't control the U.S. dollar being very inflated in the last 6 or 7 years. Never apologize for making a superb quality product. Thank you. Maybe you need to send customers a raw razor and appreciate finished product. Coca-Cola Cowboy, that's just not an option for us. We're not going to have like a build your own razor kit. The problem with when you send out a subpar product is it still says your name on it. And so you got that subpar product that wasn't finished and you post it up on a chat room and everyone just thinks that that's just the quality standard. Rex is not a parts company. There's a reason we don't just sell you a guard and you can, 5 different guards and 10 different caps and, mix and match your handles. That's just not who we are. We have a vision. We obtain that vision, hit that vision. And if you like the vision, jump on board. If not, there's a lot of other razor companies out there. Um, the vision is that when you receive a Rex product, it's the best quality product on the market. And it's got a lifetime warranty. It's made in USA. It's packaged beautifully. It is designed for life. It's an heirloom quality product. You can't do that with cars. You can't go talk to Ford or Cadillac and say, hey, Ford, send me a Ford F-150 that's not fully furnished or finished out. It's just not, they don't do that. I'm in for quality American-made products. My choice is pay the price, which I allow you to do. Thank you very much, David Hutchinson. Prices for USA made heirloom quality. I am proud to own a Rex razor. Thank you. What suggestion would you have for a first slant razor? I did a whole slant showdown. Go watch my slant showdown on YouTube. I would say go grab the SR71 from Holy Black. We sell them. It was one of my favorites, and it's a cheap razor. It's like 50, $60, I think, for an SR71 slant razor. They're great. Rex Charge d'Affaires. Yeah, the other big thing I always think about, guys, with names for razors or anything is the searchability and spelling. I know that people today are horrible with spelling. It's a consequence of smartphones. And so I always choose names that are easy to spell. Someday you will get my humor. Hope the handle is grippy. Yeah, we will. I was actually just talking with my partner yesterday. I think for this butterfly, it'll have the same handle as the ambassador. I don't think we'll change. I think we'll again, we really want to stay in our lane and build success upon success. We know that everyone's loved the ambassador handle so much so that other companies try to copy it. We'll stick with that. If we do a slanted butterfly, it would have the same as the console. See, it's like a whole idea here. It's a whole theme. Um, yeah, no. I hope you get my humor. Okay, no, I'm bad at humor. Whenever you read humor in text, sometimes the nuance is lost in translation. If you were here, I'm sure I would laugh because I would hear your temperament in your voice and see your facial expressions. I guess I'm not trying to be like reactive to that in a negative way. I've had those questions asked, like why can't it be cheaper? Can you just sell me the parts? So yeah. Lifetime warranty is only worth the stability of the company offering. You guys have a great track record. Yeah, thank you, Lee Nunez. I recognize your name. I know you've been a long time customer. We've been in the industry for more than a decade now. I've been self-employed for a decade. I mean, I started razor collecting in 2005. So yeah, we're not going anywhere. This is my full-time deal. I'm all in. Yeah, we'll always stand behind whatever has our name on it. Slant match the console handle. Yep. You are right. Putting your name on something if it sucks in the bad reviews, kill products. Yeah, the other kind of thing I've noticed, and again, I'm not going to point out any one vendor. We get a lot of razors coming to our shop that are modern, stainless steel, brass, titanium, copper razors from big names. I'm not going to point out any one names. We get those razors in every single week to finish. People will pay us, I think we charge like $45 or $55, I forgot. You can look at the tune-up service. If you look at the tune-up service drop down, it'll say stainless steel or brass polish for a modern razor. We get modern razors in that have a machine finish and people want them polished. People want them tumbled and polished. We do so much finishing of other people's razors that they're just not happy with the stock finish, and they got it for cheap, but now they want to pay another $40, $50 for a shop to actually finish it. And that's one thing I think is kind of short-sighted, these manufacturers. And we're lucky that we're in a position that we have those tools and equipment in our shop. We have so much finishing equipment that we can just do that. Got to good luck. Okay. I have spent a lot of money at Razor Emporium, always great products and services. Brian H, thank you, sir. Yeah. I've tried to a million times say thank you to our customers. I thank you guys constantly with newsletters and coupon codes, and at Black Friday we do a huge, thank you discount code. We are here for our customers. We would not be in business without you guys. I wouldn't be able to have the lifestyle that I have and be able to go on an Alaskan cruise and live in a beautiful home if it wasn't for fantastic customers. And we also have to deliver a good product, and I think we do that. So thank you. Pretty sure it won't happen, but I would love to see a modern TTO gem razor. Leroy, yeah, I've been asked a lot of times about gem razors and single edge stuff, and at this point, as I was kind of explaining with the machining costs, the kind of upfront investment into machining. I know other guys do it. Carve, I know, and Blackland do these single edge or injector kind of stuff. To me, it's a niche within a niche within a niche, and I would rather hit the bulk majority of the market. The bulk market is double edge. Not to get too far into numbers, but like when I write a check to the machine shop, it's easily five figures. You're writing checks for $25,000, $35,000, $45,000 at once on a hope and a dream that your product, and that's just usually the first small run, that your product is going to do well. And if it doesn't, that's a lot of money to just write off and just to say like, oh, didn't go so well. I didn't sell those. And you got to remember, capital in any business is its lifeblood. And you put out $35,000 on a hope and a dream, and it doesn't come back and make any money, you now may not be able to make payroll. You may not be able to make your mortgage payment on your building because you made a huge investment and didn't pay off. So I have to be incredibly smart with how I spend money and what I invest into. You guys did a great job of nickel plating my Carve Overlander. I love the razor, and you made it even better. Thank you. Yeah, I keep on having this hair that's going into my nose, so I keep on itching my nose, guys. I'm sorry. I have this stupid hair that's like poking up. Sorry. So every time I smile or move my mustache, it's like tickling the inside of my nose. I had a hair trimmer somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah, we do lots of carve razors and Blackland and other brands out there where we take them and polish them or plate them. Do tons of that. The Rex A razor, easy to spell. David Hutchinson, the A. I used to watch it with my grandpa, the A Team. I freaking love that show. The guys, dun 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 dun. I love that show. Mr. T and that guy from Breakfast at Tiffany's, forgot his name. And they would just, freaking MacGyver stuff, and I loved it. I watched MacGyver too. That was fun. Out of topic, what is your favorite Seinfeld episode? Oh my gosh, William, I'm a huge Seinfeld fanatic. My wife gets so mad at me because I'll literally watch the entire season and then just start over with season one, episode one again. I'll tell you the one I never watch. I never watch the final episode. Every time I get to that point in the series, I just skip it because to me it was just I think it was a good ending to the series, but just it was like a replay of all these old characters coming back and reliving the old. I was like, it just doesn't interest me. The Rex Vandelay. Lee Nunez, you got me to have my biggest laugh of the day. The Rex Vandelay, that is hilarious. I like I can't tell you one Seinfeld episode. They have such good context and they're still funny today. The final episode wasn't the best. Yeah, I did just last night. I was at band practice at church, and one of the members of the band was saying he had to move back in with his parents. Like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna move back in with my parents. I just want to save some money. Rent's going up, and I quoted Seinfeld. I said, it's never a good thing when you got to move back in with your parents. It's never. You never say, oh, life's going good. I got a promotion at work, a new car, and if everything goes well, I may be moving back home with mom and dad. Yep, Seinfeld shaving his chest. That's a good one. I believe the website needs to be updated for the icon open comb to 99. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we've had a couple issues with the website with updates. We use BigCommerce to be our host, and there's been some issues with the product creation and search functionality. So I'll have to tell that to my web person. Thank you. Anywho, it's been 47 minutes. I'll go until 50 minutes or so, another 2 or 3 minutes. Any last minute questions before I go and get dressed and actually head to the shop for the day? I need to write some paychecks, and I need to check in with some people and do some projects. I got to fix a machine when I get to work. So anything for me, guys, before I get dressed and throw a shirt on. And my hair keeps on. I think I may have to stop by the barber's shop and get a haircut. It's just getting long. Too long to do my little swoof. Any other questions for me, guys? 48 minutes, 33 people. We've had some great conversations. You guys were here for a sneak peek of something cool that's been a work in progress, honestly, for like 2 years, like incremental. We haven't, we can't dedicate full time to stuff like that, but it's been incrementally pushed. It's like the football game. You keep on pushing, yards and yards towards the touchdown. It keeps on pushing it down. And you get, closer and closer. Right now, we're probably at the 60-yard line, 50-yard line. We still have a good amount to go. Robert Ross, we love you. Thanks for the love. Thanks, Matt. Good one, Terry M. Are you working on adjustable butterfly DE razor? Yes, that was rewind your feed and you see a very quick sneak peek of a 3D printed prototype. Yes, that's something we're working on. Have a great day, Matt. Enjoyed the break in my work day. Any chance of adding small batch bath bar soap? Yes, I have made that abundantly clear to our soap maker DJ that we need to have bath bar soaps. It is in progress. She was actually just experimenting this week with a new formula for the actual bar soap consistency, because once you have a good bar soap, you can just add in the fragrance. So we had one and we kind of liked it. It was kind of melting too low temperature. Like if we shipped it somewhere, it was getting goopy. So we gotta stabilize it and make it so it's a little harder, and then we'll have a bath soap. Yes. My first time to catch you live. It has been a treat. Thank you, sir. Man at Work. Thank you. You had a bunch of great comments and questions. Thank you, Man at Work. Thank you for always being so authentic. Christopher Atkinson. You know, I am who I am. I appreciate that you see that. Have a nice day, Matt. Thanks, William. Hey, was that a pre-shave bar you used earlier? Yes. My pre-shave bar at home has gotten lots of use, as you see, but that's why I did the rectangle, because it maintains its big surface area, and you can still, it's like a little cell phone. Hello? Remember how cell phones used to be small, now they're huge? Yeah, but it's like a you can hold with your fingertips and still get a good huge amount of surface area, the same dimensions. That's why we did the rectangle instead of another shape. So yeah, triple mill. Yeah, we may need to look at a process of just dewatering it by milling it out and doing it again. You're right. I'll have to check it with DJ. That's not one of the things I oversee. She's like the cook in the kitchen, and I am simply the restaurateur. I will walk by and say, "This smells good. This performs good. I like this," and or I say, "This needs work. No, do something else." Love using the pre-shave bar as a face wash. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I used it when I went on the cruise. I took that. I used that in the shower, the tiny little shower. You're like this. I think there's a Seinfeld a bit about this. You know, you just lather up the sides, the walls, and you just kind of rub your back and your body on the walls inside the cruise, because it's like a little capsule, like the size of the shower. Like, you know, when I stood up, my head was literally hitting the ceiling. I had to duck slightly in the shower, and the water was hitting me like right here, and yeah, I could barely move my shoulders around. I mean, I'm not a huge guy in terms of I'm not like a refrigerator, but I'm fairly stout, and so yeah, it was funny. But I did use it in the cruise in the shower stall. Okay, 52 minutes coming up. I'm gonna sign off here. I appreciate you guys out there. Hope you have a wonderful Friday afternoon. Have a safe weekend. Appreciate everything with Razor and Point Rex appears deliberate with the purpose instead of arbitrary. Absolutely, man, at work. I always tell my staff, we are not going to be a me too. I always say me too. We're not a me too company. I don't want to just do something because everyone else is doing it and saying, oh, look at us, we do it too. Look. I try to have some authenticity and some deliberateness and try to fill new, unique, and different segments of the market. So glad you noticed. Have a safe weekend. Put on sunscreen if you're going to go outside. I know I'm going to be in the pool this weekend. It's a perfect weekend for that. And pleasure talking with all of you. Thank you so much for your love and support of Razor Emporium and Rex Supply Co. We will see you next time at Razor Emporium for all things vintage shaving. Thanks, guys.